All right, we back in here. New beat, new track. Let's get it. I thought I pressed that button, but I guess I didn't press that button. Yes, I have been taking care of my baby right here. I have definitely been taking care of my baby, because they say if you take care of your baby, they'll take care of you. So I've been making sure it's well tuned, you know, oiled, polished, you know, making sure everything is right where it needs to be. Yes, sir. I have been taking care of my baby, so it's doing really well. Doing really well, serving me well. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Little man is doing good, man. Christian's doing well. He is growing up like a little weed, man. He is. Listen, thank you for asking. Christian's doing good. He is, you know, he's 8 months now. I've been doing the best that I can. You know what I'm saying? Me and his mom. Yeah, we've been having fun raising him and, you know, just experiencing everything. Dada mama now, he's standing up. He's getting up out the crib. Had to lower the crib the other day. Had to pull out the tools, lower the crib. He been eating. He been eating. He been eating. You know, he just been, you know, it's just been great. You know what I'm saying? Take care of him, man. So thank you for asking, Marcus, man. I appreciate you. And yeah, it's been good. I'm still here, man. I came back through. So we on to the next one. That is. I even need to go slower than that. Slower. Here's F. A little faster. Hey, let's do a different setup, a different amp for not high gain. No, not a high gain. And just move that to something 8. Shout outs to Kuba. What's up, man? Welcome. You are the first person on YouTube who really displays the full power, features, capabilities of Reason. Even Reason lessons online are not this potent, and you do this all for free. Shout outs. You know what?
Should be played at high volume.
That needs to be echoed, you know what I'm saying, throughout all of the land. I appreciate that. That's high compliments, man. You know, I just try to come in here and have fun and, you know, learn some new stuff, learn some chords, learn some keys, do some stuff. And if you appreciate the live streams and you want to see more of them, there are ways that you can support and contribute. You know, I do it all for free, essentially. But there are ways that you can support and show your support. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to those that have. For example, like B Haas, who is a channel member, has been rocking with us as well. Not only just as a channel member, but has been pretty much visiting every stream, coming through for the live streams, coming through for the replays, you know. But good people, Ben Bowman has always been supportive. Marcus Garvey has always been supportive. So shout outs to all of you guys for coming through to rock out the stream. Hopefully things sound good, you know, hopefully things sound good. We'll keep it going. All right, let's do it. There we go. I want to open up that envelope just a little bit. Pitch correction. When you have audio like this, you just double click into the audio and then you can highlight the audio and there's a correct button right there. There's also some more corrections that you can do. So for example, what you could do is you can hit this note button and hit match values if you just wanted them all to be on like the same note. Right? So now they all just sound like they're on the same note, right? But I don't think that that's what we want. We don't want them to all be on the same note, but that's something you could do. Or you could hit this fine tune and that'll tune everything else. Also, when you play guitar, like the pressure you do on your finger, it really matters. So say, for example, if we zoom into this audio track, you can see it just wobbles. It's within the note, but it's wobbling. So like at the very beginning of that note, it's pretty much playing 0 fine tune of G sharp. It's just playing G sharp, but then it starts wobbling. It starts going up and down and up and down and down and up. And so it's just wobbling, but you can fix that too by changing the drift. So if you turn drift down, now it's just playing constant notes. There's no wobble. There's no flair, no character, no everything is just playing whatever those notes are playing. And so it has a interesting effect with that as well. So sometimes you don't want 0 drift. Sometimes you want just a little bit. Willie Jackson, what's up, man? Hey. Waves is giving away a free plugin. Oh, snap. Hold on. Did y'all hear that? Hold on.
Should be played at high volume.
Hold on. Waves is giving away a free plugin. We got to go check that out. We got to go check that out. Willie Jackson is dropping the gems for us. Thank you, Willie. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Let's check out waves.com. Let's see what they are dropping, man. Let's see. He said they're giving away a free. Where the free stuff at? Where it's at? Let's get to it. Where it's at? Let me see. Let me see where it's at. Let me see where it's at. Black Friday, 3 plugins for $50. 3 plugins for $50. Where's the free one at? What's it called? Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. He said, what's the catch? Oh, they just want a pinky toe. Just, you can spare one of those, right? Hold on, we got to check this out. What's the free? I want the free. Whatever the free is, I want it. Where's it at? Where is the free Waves plugin? It might already extend it. It might already be out. Oh, Silk Vocal. There it is, Silk Vocal. Put my email in. Oh, we got to check this out. Hold on, we might have to add some Silk Vocals in. Since we doing some Silk Vocals, we might have to add some Silk Vocals in. Sometimes I quantize my audio and sometimes I don't. We're gonna check it out. Okay, we're gonna get this available on email 2 to 3 hours. Okay, let's see if it's in my email yet. We're gonna load that thing in right now. Gotta tame that guitar a little bit, man. It's coming in right. So the last stream a couple hours ago, I was talking about ID8 and how powerful it is. You just gotta add a few effects to it. Once you add a few effects to it, and I think that's like the same thing for all Reason devices, really. It's like once you add just a few effects to it, it just suddenly just opens up. It just opens up the sound for some reason. It just makes it just sound so much warmer, and all you gotta do is add in a few. Let me see. I'm gonna do scales and chords just because I don't want to try to like do the chords. I just scales and chords. Still waiting for this to send to my email because I'm want them silk vocals. We're gonna throw some vocals on this too. We're gonna do vocals, but we're gonna change the vocals so that it don't sound like me doing the vocals. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna see if we can put something on this thing, man. We're gonna see what we can do with this thing, man. We're gonna have some fun, man. Let's have some fun. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say this is an F minor. I feel like that's correct. So those are essentially the notes. Let's do what if we do this and then add an octave up? No. Might actually be D flat minor. No, because there's no F in D flat minor. It's not C minor. Oh. Could be that. Could be B flat minor. Stop. We're gonna have to. It's not playing. It's not these chords. I think I'm doing chord change. I think I'm changing scales. I think they changed it. I'm still waiting my email, but I'm gonna get it. I think we'll get the email before the end of the stream, you know. I'm gonna just check back in with it. I got my email up. I'm waiting for it. Hey, what's these notes I'm playing? F sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F, D sharp, E sharp. And then we're just going down. Let me pull up another don't you think Reasonstudios could be so much more appealing if their team worked more updating its DAW editing features to bring them up to standards like FL Studio, Cubase, and Logic Pro? Well, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh man. The Reasonstudios execs was not happy with that. They were not happy about that. They said, hold on. What? What did he say? What did he say? What was that? What was that he said? Kuba, be a little more specific for me. Be a little more specific for me. When you say the standard of other, when you say, I need a laugh sound effect. When you say the standards of other, you know, the standards of other DAWs, like what are you talking about? Like what could we be talking about when we say they need to upgrade or they need to update? Like what could we be talking about? Can we be specific? And other people chime in too. It's more people than who's in the chat right now. I would appreciate y'all if y'all chimed in. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And I will give my honest opinion once you tell me what you mean by that. We're gonna call this track Honesty. And I still don't know what key it is in. 70 BPM. I'm gonna pull up another because I need like that backing, like Rhodes piano sound to it. So this chord is pretty stacked, like so. Sounds so different when you like do the different voicings of it. That's the crazy part. But it's not that chord though. I found one in here. Okay, Willie Jackson says, I think Reason is perfect. Needs to incorporate AI now and stem separation. Stem separation is the next wave. You know, people want to be able to have that. I understand that. Here is your free plugin from Waves that just came through. Shout outs to that. Come on, Kuba. Tell me what you're talking about, man. What are you talking about with these other DAWs, man? What are they doing with these other DAWs? Like are we talking about like Ableton's, like, we can't be talking about like Ableton because Ableton is just like its own thing, right? I have this conversation like multiple times in multiple streams, by the way. Let me just fix my camera real quick because the camera just acting like it don't want to focus on me. Focus on me, baby. I need you to focus on me. Focus on me, baby. I think that's so. Like I was saying, like I've had this conversation a couple different times about like different DAWs and what the DAWs have to offer, what the DAWs bring and everything. Look weird. It looked weird. I'm like way down there. So, okay. So he says, like MIDI editing, piano roll features, arrangement features, supporting multiple arrangements, and etc. Reasonstudios instruments are more than capable at matching and surpassing other DAWs. I agree with that. Shout outs to that. I agree to that. I could do that, couldn't I? Well, I could do that. Let's do that real quick. Let's do that. And then after I fix this, okay, boom. So we have this right here. Okay, hold on, y'all. Being extra. Cause hold on. Time to be. I wanna gate this real quick. It's not gonna display capture LG. Yes, there's my LG capture. Okay, cool. Here's my live stream. Okay, cool. Here's my live chat. Here we are. We zooming into the live chat. Okay. Shrink this guy. Just the chat. Hold on, bear with me real quick. Because I hear what you're saying as far as some of those features. Yes, some of those features are missing, or we would like them for sure. Yes. Here we go. This little comment section. Oh, there we go. Now I can zoom into my comment section. I can see on the live stream talking. That's what I like. That's what I like right there. That's what I like. Throw some hundreds in here. Throw some hundreds. Okay. So, MIDI editing. There is MIDI editing available for sure in Reason. There are some things that I would like to see Reason change with the MIDI editing. If we're going to go to piano roll with editing the MIDI, of course, that's going to be FL Studio. You can literally change within your piano roll the pan of your sound of a MIDI note. So you can change a MIDI note to just be panned left or slightly left, panned right. You could do that to the MIDI, right? You can do slides with MIDI a lot more, stuff like that. A lot of the things that you do in Fruity Loops piano roll, you do in instruments in Reason. So instead of doing it in the piano roll, it's available. It's just available through the instruments or through an effect, right? So I can see why somebody might say, okay, Fruity Loops, for the piano roll, yes, the piano roll does what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It does give you that feature of, having the ability to change MIDI notes a lot faster, a lot quicker, because it's right there. And I think it's built into that because that's one of the ways that the program operates. It operates via the piano roll. A lot of people create beats strictly in that one piano roll. Like all the clips will just be in one piano roll. So the arrangement, for example, in Fruity Loops, it's like that because it's designed like that. I don't think Reason is designed that way because they want you to be able to have access to your instrument and to the creation of your instruments more than the arrangement of your sequencer. So I think a lot of people have had that comment about the sequencer, right? They've had that comment about the sequencer. But for me, the sequencer does exactly what I need it to do. I'm going to get to some of the other parts of your comment. For me, the sequencer does what it needs to do, and it's clean and simple. And I like the fact that the sequencer is separate and apart from the rest of the stuff. Like you could put the sequencer just by itself. You have the mixer, the rack, everything is separated. And I just like it. It's like a clean layout. As far as what you're saying about arrangement, you do have block mode, and block mode could be the way that you do different arrangements. In block mode, I've used one Reason file, 30 different blocks to create 30 different variations of different kinds of beats within one song file, right? I don't advise it, but it could be done. And so if I could make 30 different beats, then I can make 30 different variations of the same beat. And that's what I mean. Like you could do different arrangements. Of course, that's not a problem. Using block mode, that's definitely there. Only differences that I can see, I would say, like plainly, simply, is Fruity Loop, piano roll. Yes. If Fruity Loops piano roll was everybody's piano roll, I think we all be happy. For that matter, I think Logic's piano roll has a few advantages to it as well. But Logic also can like do your scales and your key. Like it can notate. It can do notation. Like that's a feature that I would like to see. I like when I play a lot of piano, I play a lot of chords, and I'm like trying to find chords and chord voicings. Like I want to be able to see my chord pop up on the screen somewhere. I'm pressing a C. I want to see C pop up somewhere. I would love to have that in Reason. I want to see the stuff pop up. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, right now, yes, like that's not something that is happening. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's happening. But that is something that I would like to see from. I would like to see them implement something like that. I think that could be cool. I think that could be helpful. The user interface, let me see. I enjoy Reason, especially as a rack device with tools for music making. I think the GUI feels outdated and difficult to navigate. I'm trying Bitwig and it's just a smooth integrated experience. I tried Bitwig once or twice. I haven't vibed with it enough to give a real honest opinion on it. It feels too new. It feels too new to be in the conversation with Reason. That's why I don't think like a lot of people realize that like Reason's been around for some time now. It's been making some hits. There are Grammy winners and Grammy nominated artists and producers who produce their music solely in Reason. It's been around for a long time. It's powerful as a sound engineering device, meaning you can record audio, vocals, guitar, you can record all of the stuff. It's powerful just as a mixing tool. You can use it just to mix your audio files. You could drop stems in it, mix it, right? It's powerful as a mastering suite. You can use it as a mastering suite. You have the VSTs and the plugins for it. If you want to do just stock with Reason, you could do that. If you have other EQs and other plugins that you've purchased, you can do that too. It's powerful as a music production suite altogether, right? So when you mention the fact that you could load up Reason's rack in another DAW, that right there really just tops any other comparison or conversation you can have about another DAW, because that's just not the case for other DAWs. You can do rewire, or you can do you can treat the DAWs as slaves of each other, and you can have two DAWs open if your computer can handle it. But as far as really having the actual program built inside of a plugin, inside of another DAW, that's just revolutionary. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody else has done that. So like that feature right there. And I'm not caping for Reason. I just use Reason. Like it's my most comfortable DAW. It's the thing that gets my creative juices flowing. It's the thing that I can most easily create in, to me, because of the different things that it has available to you. It's just like from top to bottom, whatever you're trying to do, it has it. EDM, trap, hip hop, gospel, vocals, symphonies, orchestras, from top to bottom, it has it. Effects, reverb, compression, modulation, synchronous as an effect by itself alone is just far in between, just above and beyond most other effects and other DAWs. So I just like creating in Reason. There are some things that could be upgraded, but that's the thing. It's cool to take gold and polish it and make it shiny. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? When you got something good, it's like, yeah, hey, if you could do this. That's like everybody was so up in arms about VST3. Every time I did a live stream before they dropped the VST3, people was asking me, by the way, I don't have no kind of like inside knowledge or nothing like that. Like I just use the program. So like when they gonna give us VST3? I don't know, man. I'm waiting just like y'all. But just that for an example, people were so up in arms about VST3, and I don't know how much that has benefited anybody. Like it was just like, from my understanding, what you can do with VST3 goes above and beyond like just adding in an instrument or like playing a certain VST. Most of the VSTs was in VST2 anyway. So that was one of those things though, right? It's like, okay, well, you already got this gold. You could polish it and make it look really nice if you give us VST3. Cool. Here's VST3. You can take it. And it's just like one of those things. Hey, it's just like one of those things where it's like, you could make it better if you just did this one thing. So they made it better. They did this one thing. So all of the stuff I'm asking for, it's like one of those things. It's like, okay, you're getting away from what Reason is for and what it does, because you're asking for it to do something that another DAW does. So if I say, hey, Reason, I want you to do, launch tracks. I want to be able to cue tracks and launch tracks in my sequencer, just like Ableton. It's like, well, no, just go use Ableton, right? Like, it's like, go use Ableton and you can have all the fun in the world with that, right? The piano roll, that's its own thing. But look, like I said, there's players that give you some of the benefits of, like, for example, Fruity Loops or Logic's piano roll. There are players, for example, Polystep Sequencer, that kind of unlocks some of those things that are, missing from the piano roll. And that's what I definitely believe that's the iteration. If I'm the person that gave them the idea for it, super cool. I'll take the credit if you give it. If you don't, that's cool too. Just take all of the stuff you can do in Polystep Sequencer and put it into the main sequencer. Take the stuff from Polystep Sequencer, put it into the main piano roll. That's all you have to do. If you just did that, not even changing multiple things, just whatever Polystep Sequencer can do currently, take that, put it into the piano roll. It's a whole totally different thing. It's a whole totally different thing that just unlocks so much ability to be able to do some stuff with your piano roll, with your MIDI notes, if you just do stuff like that. So yeah, I agree in some aspects. I agree with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Michael says, I'm not giving up on Reason. That's right, man. Don't give up on Reason. As a rack device, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. It's very powerful as a rack device. It's very powerful as its own standalone DAW. It's all of those things. Somebody was saying something about for me, like the UI. I've said this before too. To me, Fruity Loops feels crowded. Ableton feels robotic. It looks like, I don't like the dials. I don't like the dials. I don't like the way stuff looks when you look at it. I don't like it. It's not for me. Aesthetically, it's not my choice. It feels computerized. It feels very blocky, robotic. I don't like it. Reason kind of feels very text-based. It almost feels very text-based from the browser standpoint and sequencer standpoint. Like there's some things they could do, and there's some things they have done. So I'll show my screen, for example, so I can show you what I mean. When you look at the screen right now, it's a lot of text. It has instruments, effect, all of this text. You're just seeing so much text. It's so much text there. But if you do something like this, which is now it's less text and there is more instrument based, right? It's like, oh, it's pictures. It's like, oh, there's my bass guitar, there's my Rhodes, yada, yada, yada. Even when you go to instruments browsing like this, right? But even still, there's text here, right? You get some of the UI, you get some of the graphic inputs, but those should be larger. Those could be bigger so that it's not so much of text, right? That's what I mean by it. It just feels like a lot of text. And so I could say that part, right, is something that could be fixed and adjusted. And just by adding more graphics, just by making the graphic images larger, showing me that's the redrum and not just the name Hip Hop Kit 03. Show me the redrum, show me the situation. It could be a lot better if it was done in that way. But nothing about Reason is blocking me from being able to do what I want to do with music. That's the bottom line. The bottom line, nothing about Reason is keeping me from being able to achieve what I want to do with. Is there something truly keeping you from being able to do what you want to do with? What is actually missing? For example, here's an example. Now they have I'll call it 3D touch with MIDI controllers. They have MIDI controllers that do pressure. It has a specific name for it. You can do pressure, aftertouch, wiggle. When you go to press the key, you can press harder, you can wiggle it, you can do a lot of stuff. And that means you have to have the software speaking the language of the MIDI device that you're using, right? Like if you're using an MPC, if you're using an Ableton Push, if you're using any of these different devices that have that capability, like the Seafoam, I think that's what it's called. If you're using these devices that have this pressure sensitivity and Reason does not have that language, right, then that could be something that's like, y'all keeping me from making the music I want to make, because I want to be able to use my MIDI controller like that and use the pressure and everything. I could see that, but that's not currently what's happening. Right? That's not what's happening. It's not anything keeping it, holding it back. Yes, he needs a Reason Studios stipend for all the good PR and tutorials. Hey, I'll take that. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. Right now I'm approaching 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, I appreciate them for all of the opportunities that they have given me. Like they have given me opportunities to actually like go on their YouTube channel and create videos for them, do tutorials on my channel. That's just what I do normally. They was shouting me out. They was posting me up, you know, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. Some of that has ceased. Some of that has slowed down. But you know, it all comes in due time. And like you're saying it here on this chat on my live stream, right? But it's not quite time yet. It's not quite time yet. We'll push for a campaign where it's like, you know, what else can be done? Because to be honest with you and truthfully, like, I feel like I'm here. Like, I feel like I'm here. Like, I'm just doing this thing for me, for my YouTube. And it just so happens that I'm using their software and that benefits them as much as it benefits them. Like, if I had to put real numbers to it, I can't say that, you know, 50 people have bought a Reason subscription because of my videos. I can't say that figuratively or definitively, right? But there will come a time, I don't know when that time is, but we're working toward it. We're building toward it. There will come a time where it will become undeniable. It will be to the point where it's like, hey, this was a drawback of your program. People didn't know how to use it. Because of the tutorials and because of the help, because of the one-on-one Zoom sessions, the coaching, because of the work that's being done on this channel, people are now feeling comfortable to go and get Reason versus going to get a FL Studio, versus going to get an Ableton, versus going to get a Bitrig. Like now people are going there and we can see, wow, it's a difference. Chris uploads a video and then sales increase. That's when you can have that conversation, right? That's when you can have that conversation. But before then, it's just kind of like, it's a nice thing to think. It's a nice thing to think. Right now, man, we just having fun. We just having fun, you know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna keep doing what we doing, man. But shout outs to you, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs. Somebody told me I was too humble for my own. Might be the case. So how could I create chords? Because it seems like I can't. I'm not used to playing my chords like this. That's not the chord though. It's that one. There we go. Kuba says, could you send them an email with this discussion about the polystep features in the piano roll and our suggestions to them? Kuba, you know what, man, could you send them an email? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I could send them an email, but could you send them an email? Could you send them, like, just clip up the highlight the video and send it to Reason Studios and say, did you see this? Did you see this? What Chris Reed was saying? Like, you send it to them, man. Let them see it from somebody else. Then maybe they'll take, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll, maybe they'll listen to me. I don't know. I can send it. Let's both send it. If we both send it, if all 12 people watching this YouTube live stream right now send it, they might listen. They might say, you know what? That might be a good idea. It might already be in the works. It might already be something that they working on. You know what I'm saying? But Arcade. Arcade, find me some dope drums. Find me some dope R&B drums for this arcade. And find some dope drums. Why can't I just put R&B? I'm not gonna find R&B. Like the kick. I like the kick. That ain't gonna work. I want a nice rim shot. I want a rim shot, yeah. Rim shot, yeah. Come on, a rim shot, yeah. Rim shot, yeah. Come on, rim shot, yeah. Rim shot. Then we need like a bunch of percussion. Give me this. Now we're gonna speed the whole thing. I feel like it's so fast now. I need a softer drum. I need a softer kick. I like that kick, but softer kick. Or a cool. Okay. bass line. I think I like the triplet hi-hats. Work on this. That's better. 1,000 times better. It's a live guitar. I just don't play that good. I almost want to play it slower. I almost want to play it slower. Oh, that's one thing. I'm playing the same lick, like, so. Gotta go down sometime. I'm going the other direction. For sure. Let me see this. Music Multimedia Zone. Shout outs to you, man. DJ Centron in this thing. What's up, bro? because I think the other way sounded so Hawaiian. I've tried Neptune on the guitar before. On chords, it won't work. On melody lines, it will work. But if it's a chord, it won't work. It can't pick up the, once it gets like the harmony, once the harmonics start coming in, it can't pick up the notes. It just sounds garbled. Waves Honey Barbecue. Yeah. I'm started from funky. Okay. I would say that's it for that one. That's, oh Lord Jesus. All right, so obligatory playthrough. Hold on real quick. Woo! Man. Go over there somewhere. Woo! Chill out over there, big dog. All right, so all right, so we're gonna do one more playthrough. I'm gonna chat it up with y'all real quick. Maybe check out some Black Friday deals. We'll play this through. All right, let's get it. If you didn't know, my name is, and we are,
should be played at high volume.
Yes, sir. All right, as you can hear, there are definitely some mixing things to be done with that one right there, you know. Definitely some mixing to be done with that. So trying my, you know, just trying my hand at guitar, trying to, you know what I'm saying, pick up some guitar chords, pick up some guitar rhythms and stuff like that. And that's always a journey. That's always a journey in itself. I'm inspired by a lot of guitar players that I know, and I want to be able to play. You know, I want to be able to play like them. But also, like, it's one thing to play guitar, and then it's another thing to like play and like create productions around it. You know, so that's really the goal. That's really the, you know, thing, is just building on from the repertoire, just building up from whatever we've already been working on and already kind of like mastered or established, and then just building on upon that, you know. If I had a better bass guitar, I play my bass guitar, but the bass guitar that I have doesn't have the right kind of pickups for the kind of music. It's really like a rock or metallic bass guitar. It's a Dean guitar, and it just doesn't have that precision bass, that J bass sound that I like, especially for like stuff like this. So sometimes I don't like to pull out the bass guitar that I do own. But I want to get better at that too. I want to get better at playing different bass guitars. I've tried my hand at like some 5-string bass guitars. They can be intimidating. They could be intimidating. Just that top 5th string, you know, that top 5th string can be a little intimidating. The 4 strings kind of got around it a little bit. I can play octaves. I know how to play the 1, 3, 4. Little different stuff on standard 4-string bass guitar, but 5-string bass guitar, a little intimidating. But it's one of those things. With practice comes progress, and with progress, you can get to perfection. So that's what we're working at. That's what we're doing. R&B vibes pretty much for like the remainder of the year. I might pop in with some trap. I might pop in with some hip hop. But I want to do some stuff like, and switch it up and do different vibes. Like, you know, we did like Summer Walker vibe recently. That was dope. I liked it, I should say. I had fun making that. Switched it up and did like some Chris Brown vibes. We had some of that in there. Arcade seems to favor Kalani and Ariana Grande style singers. Like they have like a lot of like loop, like vocal loops, where if you was doing production for them, it favors them. Favors them a lot. I'm here sweating up a storm. But yeah, so like maybe take one of those arcade loops of the vocal samples. Take one of those arcade loops of the vocal samples and then build something around that. That's definitely a possibility because, like I said, they favor that sound. So that could be something well in the future live stream for the R&B tracks. It's much easier for me to get in and do a live stream than for me to like record a video and edit it. That takes a lot more time, but that's why I like doing the live streams, because come in here, I can say, okay, what we making today? We can make some stuff. We can hang out, chill, talk, and so that's really going at it with it. So Reason, yeah, man, we was talking about Reason. We was talking about the different updates and things that we could do, things that we hope for or wish for. I'm pretty happy with everything so far, thus far. I've been using Reason since around like Reason 3, and very like, you know, for what it was at the time that when I was using it, you could just do what you could do with it. Wasn't a lot of like audio files, like you couldn't record audio into it or like manipulate wave files like you can now. You couldn't record a guitar, mic, you know, microphone, or anything like that. So coming from Reason 3 to today, Reason 12, it really is just come a long way. It's come a far way, and the different kind of tracks being able to cook up with it has been really cool. You know, like different genres, different styles, different tempos, different types of instruments, different types of effects. Sometimes I fall into a similar sound in terms of like I like reverb, I like delays, I like stuff like that. I like a lot of distance and space in the beat. So sometimes kind of fall into that in terms of signature sound or something like that. Acoustic drums, bass and stuff like that kind of fall into that kind of world when it's making music. You kind of find your sound, like what's that thing that one thing I want to work on is like the sequencing and arrangement. Sequencing and arrangement kind of just feel like a lot of times you can just do like Lego blocks and you just kind of go from block to block and from clip to clip. And sometimes you don't need to just go, like everything doesn't need to happen on the one. Like sometimes you might want to change something up and, you know, instead of resolving or like turning the beat around on beat 4, like turn it around on, you know, beat 3, start turning it around earlier. And what I mean by that is like, as you go from, you know, the last chord of your 4-bar loop, as you go from that last chord into the restart of the next loop, there should just be something there, some kind of transition, some kind of movement, some kind of variation that moves it there, aside from like muting drums. Like that's another thing too, right? Like drum fills. One thing that I like doing that I did before, just things just take time and it take practice. But like I would do like, say you do like a drum fill and all of the rest of the instruments are playing along to the drum fill. So it's like kick, snare, and then it's like the bass is doing boom, 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 and you know the Rhodes are doing dun, dun, dun. You know, it's like everything is following that pattern, and that kind of gives you like another way into the music. Really listening to other music, you can hear a lot of that kind of elements, like instruments and rhythms and people playing together. You know, that's really just been the difference between music creation today and music creation in the past. Like I was watching this one YouTube video and it was talking about like quantize and just playing to a metronome in general. Like we have the ability to record, redub, and play to a metronome, but earlier music didn't have that. Earlier music didn't have multi-tracks, it didn't have takes, and it didn't have quantize, and it didn't have metronomes either. It was kind of like you had to create your own feel. You had to create your own tempo, and you play to that tempo. Sometimes, you know, no drummer is a robot. You know, the best drummer that can stay in the pocket is just not a robot. So like, this was like some of the stuff that the video was talking about. I think it's from Digging the Greats. I think it's from that YouTube. Shout out to that YouTube channel. I really like that channel. Digging the Greats. He does a really great job at explaining some of these concepts. And yeah, it was just talking about how you had to have your own kind of feel, your own kind of tempo. And computer production kind of lacks that feel sometimes. So like Reason has Regroove, and Regroove can kind of help you to create a groove where, like, say, for example, you play something and then you can get the groove from that thing that you played. And so now instead of it going off of the quantize or going off of how you played to the metronome, it's now going off of what the end result was. So how you swung, how you did your velocity, all of those things change the feel of the and make it go from robotic into, you know, less robotic. Even like hearing how I was playing some of the guitar at first, very robotic, very kind of like just trying to get the chords out. And then as I was going, practicing with the guitar chords, it's like less robotic, less stiff, and more relaxed and more, okay, play around with it, play different rhythms, play different, play different orders of the string, like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, like play different orders of the string. And that's what you get when it's not as robotic, right? Because you're playing different notes and different stuff like that. And that's sometimes the vibe that you got to do. That's what you got to do in order to get that feel. But it's just interesting, a thought and concept about how previous music, and I guess you can really feel the difference too. Like you can't line up some music from the 60s, 70s, 80s. You can't really line them up to a grid to a track and like get the kick and the snare to fall exactly, you know, how they fall, because yeah, they wasn't playing to metronome, they wasn't playing to clicks necessarily, or even have the process of computer quantize. And probably back then it was probably faux pas, or it was probably, you know, cliche to add quantize or to fix stuff if they could. It's like, nah, man, let's go with the feel. Like I think about like James Brown. Like I hope that the movie was a accurate portrayal of him to some degree, because the way he talked about music in the movie, Get Up, for example, just kind of made a lot of sense, and it kind of fit his music. Like, you know, how he talked about every instrument is a drum. Like every instrument has to have that rhythm, has to have that bounce, has to have that feel. Not just, oh, you know, horns got to come in at this time and this people got to come in at this time, you know, syncopation, playing things at different time signatures, playing things at different tempos, because it's not about being so rigid and stiff and where you can read it on a, you know, a music sheet, but it's about the feel of the music, right? Like that stuff is like important when it comes to making music, how the music feels and getting it how it feels, how it should feel, getting it how it should feel, and really just rocking out with it. Last thing about that is when you take, for example, a lot of music production that's happening now, got one person most time, maybe two, and they're sharing the mouse, they're sharing the keyboard, they're sharing the MIDI. If it's two producers working on a track, they're sending it back and forth to each other, or one person's making a loop, the other person's doing something else. Very rarely will it be I'm on the piano and you're on the bass guitar and we're playing together and we're feeding off of each other. But that's how music was, you know, and that's how it is in some places. When I listen to a lot of like Music Soul Child, Erykah Badu, you know, these are bands that's playing these musics for the most part. And you can really just hear the difference. Of course, it's totally different when you got like these microphones that are like miking up these drums, and you got all these amps, and you got just all this beautiful stuff to give you this analog sound that's running into a beautiful board, and you got the sound of the room, right, feeding into the mics and feeding into the vibe, and you just got some really talented people as well that's generating these sounds and these beats, not a computer program. It's a different feel. It's a different feel. So if you find a way that you can mimic that, because that's what I often try to do, is mimic the sound of the people that I like to hear the most, or, you know, mimic the sound of the music that I enjoy the most. What are they doing? How does, you know, each element sound? How is things moving from place to place, or from rhythm to rhythm, like from bar to bar, you know, how are things happening? Man, I'm just thinking about what you gonna do when it comes for you. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bill. Erykah Badu song. I'm just thinking about the intro. It all just flows so crazy. The intro has this specific beautiful intro where it's just building into the track. It doesn't sound like the rest of the track. It just kind of builds into the track, and that's great. Then the hook comes in and it sounds great. And then as it's getting into the verse, it's like this nice muted trumpet that comes in and kind of just plays you down into the verse. So even stuff like that, using certain sounds or certain elements, kind of push and pull you into the beat. The whole time that kick, snare, hi-hat, bass line, driving, them roads, beautiful underneath, you know, it's just a great composition. And so I try to mimic that. I try to think about that, like, oh, how does this sound? That's one of the reasons why, like, I want a rim shot for this track. I don't want a snare clap, but thicken it up with some snaps, thicken it up with a tambourine, you know, thicken it up with something. Rim shot. Yeah. But even with that, right, like, you know, it has that one part in the track where it's just like, boom, 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 you know, jazzy, just feeling good. Catapult, what's up, man? A good jazz feel, okay. And just gives a nice. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this track in the background. Like I feel like there's some things that could really just like upgrade it, you know, upgrade the track, live element. There's a lot that could be done to like upgrade and give it that element. But I think the bones are there, as they would say. I think the bones are there. I think you could give this to a live band in a beautifully acoustic treated studio with all of the great stuff. You know, you probably could give it to a band and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is Jill Scott," and you'd be like, "It is." Like, this is track 5 from her first album. It's like, oh snap. Well, take it as a compliment. Yes, I tried to recreate. I tried to mimic it. One of those kind of things. Put your own style to it. Put your own flavor to it. Kind of situation. Yeah, I can think of this one guitar player. I'm just like, man, that would be dope to have him come through and like play some stuff instead of me, because I'll just be doing, just be doing stuff. Be doing stuff, but they be like very, very like. That'd be the difference. All right, so we looked at Reason. Reason Studios has a 50% Black Friday sale happening right now. They have a 50% Black Friday sale. They have that sale going on. Waves has a sale as well happening. Go to Waves. They have a sale happening for Black Friday as well. And you can get a free plugin called Silk Vocal. I downloaded mine, but I don't have no vocals to put with that Silk Vocal. So that's just that. But it's there. Reason Studios, pretty much their Black Friday sale is like 50% off everything, essentially. 70% off some of these what is the word I'm looking for? Like rack extensions, instruments, you know, 70% off of that, 50% off on Reason Plus, 50% off Reason 12. If you are gonna go buy something and you want to support the channel, do I have it up there? Yeah, I have a link in my description. You can use the link in the description if you feel like supporting the channel, but if you don't, that's all good too. So Waves has a pretty nice Black Friday sale going on. 3 plugins, $50. 6 plugins, $100. And you can get that. The bundles are on sale as well. You can get the free Silk Vocal well. And I saw that Native Instruments also has pretty nice Black Friday sale. And it's Black Friday sale, but some of these sales are going on longer than just Black Friday, right? That's a pretty big one right there. 50% off Contact, 50% off Komplete. I was very tempted to get Komplete Select. It's only $100 because it has session. It has a bunch of stuff, man. It has session guitar, which is something I would need. Session guitar, and it has this Scarby Rickenbacker bass. It's a nice sounding bass, y'all. Real good sounding bass. I thought I saw session guitar in here earlier in the list of. But you get these expressions, you get these effects, replica, you get a bus comp. Native Instrument bus comp, master bus compressor. pretty good. Got like a phase control. The reverb ROM is pretty good. I've heard some people, they really like that a lot. Replicas of delay. Drum Lab, West Africa. Drum Lab has some acoustic sounding drums, but it has pretty much a lot of different other kind of sounds. And then, a lot of different instruments that you can. The Gentleman, a great piano. So I was looking at it and I was thinking about it like, man, I might just throw that $100 and grab that. That might be the one to get me. But here's the problem that I always have with it. I'm like, it's $100. I was like, okay, listen. Select is $100. Standard jumps. Standard for some reason jumps. Standard jumps for some reason to $299. So I was like, man, if it could have just jumped to $199, I'd have been like, cool. It jumped from, because I'm just looking at it like Select, Standard, like going up, like, oh yeah, just do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But Select is $100. Standard is $300. So now that becomes a bigger investment. Like, okay, do I want to get that? Problem is like, I feel like the collector's edition is like, I don't even have enough RAM to run something like that. Like to be shifting through those patches and stuff. I don't even think that that's possible. So I don't even know if that's possible. Like, it's like, whenever you upgrade something like that, you got to upgrade everything. Like I got to get a better computer to try to mess around with that. But I think Standard, and same thing for Ultimate, it's a lot that you get with that. But for Standard had some of those elements and things that I wanted that are not included in Select. Mainly the main difference between Select and Standard is Standard comes with the full Contact 7 and Select does not. So if you want, and then if you just want Contact 7 by itself, it's $150. That's like a middle ground, but Standard would be the option. I know it's some people that got it for the free, and it's just like, I just don't even want that. I don't want that on my life. I don't want that on my conscience. I don't want that on my heart. I want to save up. I want to sell a beat. I want to do some work. I want to get a bonus and be able to just afford it and get it. And then I can look back and say, hey, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Legit. And here's the music that's coming from it. Like I'm already like extremely pleased by Guitar Rig 6, the light version, like the whatever they give you with that. Like that's already like improved the music a lot. And so I could only imagine what having Guitar Rig 7 full version would. But yeah, man, I don't know. So like music production, Black Friday. Let's see if I was thinking about that too, B-Hoss. That sounds like a good idea. Get Standard and then upgrade it. It's still going to be costly to upgrade. It's not going to be, cheap to upgrade it or whatever, but you can upgrade, what I'm saying? It's not going to be miles different, but it's possible. So Amazon, shop all BF instrument deals. Get 50% off auto-tune from Antares. Cable Guys, Shaper Box down to $89. Fender Play, got a 1-year sub, 50% off. Guitar deals on the Fender store. Guitar Center, Epic 40% off savings. %40 off from Guitar Center. Maybe I can get that bass guitar. I don't need I don't need any more monitors because I don't really play my music loud. I usually use my headphones. There's a Squire. Like stuff like this, it looked like a good deal. And it could be cool. It could sound good. Jazz bass. It might sound good. $330. And it's a different investment, like buying an instrument versus buying VSTs. It's like weird. It's like a different investment. Like I spent 300 for a guitar, but not 300 for VSTs. I don't know why. I just would. I guess because you can see the guitar, you can pick it up, play it, you can show people, it could be put on display, you know, different stuff like that could be the reason. Here's 189 for this Yamaha. That's not bad. Down from 260. It's pretty good actually. This would be the time. This might be the time to hit up Guitar Center and grab me one of these basses. I might have to take me a trip to Guitar Center sometime. Hopefully the sale is going on longer than just today. To November 29th. Good, because that's right around my birthday. Shout out. Right around my birthday. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for coming through, rocking with me on the stream, man. We cooked up a beat. Earlier we had a beat, and then I had a one-on-one Zoom session that I had to go to. So I had to cut the stream short, get to that Zoom session. It was real fun hanging out with him. He's one of the watchers from this live stream as well. His name is Taz. So shout outs to you, Taz. We just talked about creating some music for Instagram, like doing some like Instagram, like motivational type music. Like how can you build up a trap track that will, you know, sound good with a voiceover on it. So we was working on that in the one-on-one session. You know what I'm saying? He was happy. He was pleased with how I showed him, you know, the different ways he can get around Reason, shortcuts, and just, you know, different production tools and tips. The main thing that came from that session, just like I had learned also, was don't overthink it. Overthink it. Don't overdo it. Just kind of just go with the flow. You know, it is what it is. Okay. People like the music that they like. They hear what they hear. Doesn't matter if you are the greatest pianist or if you're the greatest chord player, if you know all of the names of the chords, you just got to play something that people like and people want to hear. You know, sound selection, very important. The sound selection can change a beat completely upside down. You know, if we go for trap drums instead of acoustic drums on this track, get a whole totally different vibe, right? And we could even change it even to something else, electronic drums, or, you know, you can just have a totally different vibe, and just got to catch the rhythm and everything. So the one-on-one session was great. If you guys are looking for one-on-one Zoom sessions, they are offered on my website, chrisreedbeats.com. You can head over there. You can book a session with me. Fridays and Saturdays are great. I appreciate it if you do decide. Fridays and Saturdays are great. And then I will just definitely correspond with you with that. If you sign up to the membership here on YouTube, you get a discount on the one-on-one Zoom session. Okay. So I'll let you know what that discount is. If you sign up as a member and you hit me up for the Zoom session, you'll see the discount. So the price is on my website. You'll get a discount off that price, okay, if you sign up for the YouTube membership. Also, the membership just helps me to keep doing this live stream, keep doing these videos that I'm doing on YouTube. Just like somebody mentioned earlier in this live stream, a lot of the information that I give apparently has helped some people, has been helpful. A lot of people, they either learn shortcuts or they learn music production tips, or they just simply get inspired by me playing piano, by me putting beats together. They get inspired by the work that we do here. So if you are inspired, if you do like it, a share is just as valuable as a subscribe, as a, you know, super chat, as a membership. A share can go a long way. A like can go a long way. A comment can go a long way. You know, rewatching something can go a long way. All of those things definitely help to contribute, because as long as I can see that, you know, the value is there and people are appreciating the content, then I can keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to y'all. $803 MGTV, what's good? I'm just seeing this. I'll go back and watch. Came in on the Black Friday sales. I just made my last Black Friday sale was an update. Super dope to you, man. Thanks for coming through to the stream. Didn't want to just leave you there without me saying nothing to you, but we are heading out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go check up on wifey and my little one. And you know what I'm saying? I had some hot chocolate that I had made. I need to go see about that hot chocolate, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming through to the stream. Until next time, peace.